All right, guys, back with another one today from the range. Listen, this is kind of this is one that is big to me because in the USA, everybody likes AR-15s. Everybody's a big AR-15 guy. I just for my own curiosity went back. I couldn't remember when I bought my first AK, and I went and looked, and it was 2016. 2016 when I bought my first AK, and I've had a couple of them since. And my first AK was an American AK, wasn't a real good one, but I gutted it out, basically rebuilt that thing. It cost me more to rebuild it than it did to buy it. so fairly to say, I know a little something about AKs, man. Like, I'm not the AK whisperer or nothing like that, but I know a little bit about them. So today I want to go over the AK platform. The AK platform is not your AR-15. So for those of y'all who are familiar with AR-15s and you think about getting your first AK, listen, do your homework. And basically all I'm gonna do today is talk about like some of the differences in the manual arms. Like, an AK has looser tolerances. What do I mean? I mean, it's not all tightly fitted, and it rattles around. It knocks around, it makes some noise. It's just different, man. Like, this is totally different than like your AR-15. The manual arms is different. The ease of use, the as parts, as far as taking it apart, putting it together, man, there are very few parts to this thing. As far as like, it's, what do you call, like, it'll take a beating. Like, it'll take more abuse than an AR will. Like, these things have been buried in sand, mud, and you could travel the globe, and on every continent, you will find AK-47s. AKs, man, even on, I forget which African country, this one African country, this is their symbol on their flag. They got the AK-47 as like a symbol on their flag. So it's a very iconic weapon. It's a great firearm too, man. Like, I've been working with it a long time, so there's things I'm used to that other people aren't used to. Like, number one, like with an AR is like a direct impingement system. These are like a gas system. Means when you fire it around, the gas from the round makes the piston, it goes up in the gas tube, and it makes the piston on the gun. Let me see if it goes up in this gas tube right here, the gas from the weapon going down the range, and makes this piston right here on the gun go back. On YouTube, this is for educational purposes. I'm in a safe and controlled environment. I am at the range. This is not for anything other than entertainment and information in a safe and controlled environment. You got to say that now these days. Anyway, so the gas forces the piston back, and when the gas forces the piston back, it forces another round up into the chamber, and when the piston goes forward, a round goes back into the chamber. So it ejects one by the gas being fired from the bullet, throws the piston back, and that bullet is ejected, and another one automatically loaded. And with these AKs, I mean, that's your safety, up, down. Now, some people, when they get these, they're really tight. Usually when you get them, sometimes they're really tight. So all you have to do is take this dust cover off, pull this thing all the way up like this, all the way up like that. And you just pull it out a little bit. Don't yank it. Just ease it out a little bit. Put it back down and see if it moves easy. And you do that. If it's too loose, then you pull it back all the way up like this, and then you push it back in. Then push it down. And if you're not used to, your gun is going to get these scratches from the safety. That's just part of it. If you want to keep some pristine, cutesy gun, this ain't for you. These things are meant to be manhandled. These things aren't meant to be baby. Like AKs, man, you could manhandle them, drop them, drag them. I mean, you look, man, within reason, these things will, and they will just keep running. They will just keep running. There's people who have dug these things up after them being in a creek or whatever for a while. Pulled these things out, man, ran some oil through the thing, threw some rounds in it, and the thing just started shooting. So, very iconic, very useful tool. And now, some people will tell you that ARs are more accurate than AKs out to 400 or 500 yards. Well, it's different because, number one, you're working with a bigger round. This is not a 5.56. This is a 7.62 by 39. And you're working with a much larger round. So your ballistics are going to be different. Your bullet drop is going to be different from the bullet drop on an AR-15, meaning how far that thing travels and when it starts to drop is going to be a lot different because that AR round is a lot lighter round. So it's going to fly straighter for a longer distance because it's got a really powerful charge behind it, throwing a lighter round. The AK has got a lot of charge, but it's a bigger round and it's bringing a lot of kinetic energy. Now, you can be accurate with this thing. I mean, there's people who are accurate 300-400 yards. Go over to AK Operators Union on YouTube and watch that man shoot that AK-47 out 500 yards, hitting a torso-sized target like it's nothing. So it can be done. But it's like with anything, man, you got to practice, you got to train with it. So look, I just want to go over some of the manual arms, some of the differences with the AK. Now you notice I'm wearing a glove. That's because when you shoot your AK a lot, this forearm up here, this forend will get warm. It will get hot. Let me loosen this up here. It will get hot. I'm gonna take my my strap off here. Yes, sir. This will get hot, man. And you see, I put a piece of Picatinny rail up there because I put a light on all my guns. So usually I have a light on this at home. But this forend will get hot. There's people who have done burn downs and you actually see the wood burn up. You know, them little cheap plastic or polymer rails melt down and all that kind of stuff. So it will get very hot after, you know, you're trying to shoot 1,000 rounds in a row. Yeah, it's going to get hot. You know, but I don't know if you'll ever be you better pray you're never in a sustained gunfight where you got to shoot that many rounds. You know, you in a gunfight where, you know, bro, you got to go through 3, 4, 5 magazines. You in something deep. You in it, bro. Like you really you got a problem. You need a squad with you. So just going over some of the manual arms. With an AK, one of the things that's different about an AK is where the safety is, okay? And you notice my safety is on. Whenever I have my rifle in the ready position, which I have it at a low ready right now, whenever I have it at a low ready position, I keep this in the safety position. Now, because of where it is, as soon as you bring your rifle up to eye level, when the rifle comes up, the safety comes off. You see that? Safety on, safety off. And see, then you can get, without your finger on trigger, you can get on your grip. See? Safety on, safety off. Safety on, safety off. And you'll get used to that movement. And it's just that simple with the AK. Now, like I said, when you buy a new AK, sometimes the tolerances on this are very tight. Also, what this allows you to do with the safety in that position, it allows you to do a press check, like where you can actually pull it back like this. You could pull this back and you could actually look into the chamber and see if there's a round. So I can actually do a press check from here without taking the safety off. So I can look, round in the chamber, let it go. I know I'm loaded. So, and I did that without taking the safety off at all. And see, those are things you'll learn about an AK. Also, with an AK, putting in a magazine and loading it. Now, I will take this is an empty mag, y'all see, so don't get nervous. Now, when you're loading a magazine, these aren't empty. This is my battle belt. It ain't a battle belt. They call them battle belts. This is just my range loadout belt. We'll talk about that later. But when you're loading your AK, all right, let me show you. When you're loading your AK, you should have it in a ready position. Here is where I like to have mine. I'll put mine, show you where I like to have mine. I like to bring the rifle down from a firing position. I bring it down, safety on, and then I'll bring it into what some people like to call their workspace. I'll grab my mag, and see, with AKs you have to rock and lock. You hear that? You rock it and you lock it. And you can almost handle it by this mag weld. Rock the mag in, and then while you have the gun turned, oriented in this direction. You see how I have it oriented in that direction? While I have it turned on its side? That's because the charging handle is over here. And see, I can bring the safety off with this hand. Let me turn around. See, I can bring the safety off, and then with a bladed hand, with my hand like a karate chop hand, with a bladed hand, I can reach up without even looking, and I can charge my gun. See, I can charge it. Now, safety back on. You put your safety on, and then bring it up here in ready position, and you're ready to go. If you're ready to fire, bring it up, safety off, and you can fire. But see, that's the difference in the AK. And you have to get used to loading from here, bladed hand. And the reason why I say a bladed hand, because if you see the side of this AK, you have the safety and all that. And that's another benefit of having this glove. If you try to reach around and grab like this, you're gonna run your hand across all this metal. All of this is metal, and it will cut your thumbs up, you know? So if some people like to yank like this, they like to yank like that, but you see you got all of this part of your hand that's grating across the gun. So I just use like a karate chop method. You don't even have to look, because you know the charging handle's here. But with a karate chop method, the only thing you blade your hand off like this, and your thumb catches that charging handle, then all you do is let it go. That's it. Now I'll take the safety off. That's it. And you don't have to hold, like, this is not like a pump action where you have to, no. When you pull that charging handle back, let it fly. Just pull it back, let it go. Let it go. That's it. So that's how people manipulate the AK47 as far as loading it up, manipulating the safety and the charging handle. And I'll demonstrate right quick. I'll do like a reload. Show you what a reload looks like. You know? So I'll simulate, you know, going empty and then firing, okay? So you go up, you pull the trigger, empty. Get a reload, ready to go, then you fire. Safety on, there it is. I hope I was on camera for that. I'll be walking off. But anyway, that's a little lesson about your AK-47. This is a very different weapon from an AR-15. You can find them probably, well, now that some of them are just as expensive as ARs. But you do your homework and you can find a decent one, and you may not have to spend, you know, thousands of dollars on it. But people are in love with them, and there's a reason why. You get used to the recoil. You can manage the recoil, no problem. You get used to the manual arms, the ease of use. Man, it is so easy to clean these things. That's what I love. That's why you got children across the globe, certain continents, that take these things apart, clean them up, put them back together, no problem. There's very few moving parts to this thing, man. There's really nothing. Couple of pieces. You take this dust cover off, you take the bolt carrier out, and the bolt, and take your gas tube off. That's it. You got the gun apart, man. That's it, man. It's just that simple. Yeah, so going out there, get yourself an AK, and have some fun. Shoot and have some fun. That's what I'm doing out here today. Just shooting, having some fun. Hey, hey.